YouTube, Jay Kilroy here, back at you in the shop here. Been busy. So with a lot of instrumentation, control, electronics type work. So haven't been in the shop much, been traveling a lot. The good news is making money. We got some viewer mail today, a few packages. We got some new goodies. Feeding the monster, the tap and die collecting monster. We also are going to put the Vee Jaws to use. That there is a pin for a bulldozer. Just knock around the shop a little bit. Nothing too serious. So first things first, let's do feed the monster. Bring the camera in here, and we're going to take a little look at what I got to add to my collection here. Alrighty guys, this little jewel popped up on eBay. I will save the disgustingly low price for the end. If you look at the box here, it's it appears to be handmade. This edge here was not cut with a rotary cutter. The sides of the box were, however. Anyway, but let's go right into it. There we go. This is it's not a fabulous find by any means, but I really like this. You know, it's the details. I really like this thumb screw. Right, this is really kind of a nice, well thought out feature. Look at the profile on there. Not just beauty, right? This little tapping device here, or threading device here, this one says 36, number 8, 36, and number 4, 32. And then there's a couple of little smaller ones in there for, you can move these around, I guess, to achieve different diameters, and you can pop these out there. See if you can see that they're dovetailed. It's it pretty much terrifies the mind to think of what it would cost to manufacture something with this kind of detail today. It's an SW card set. This is my second SW card set. And anyway, I just saw it and thought I had to have it. This says here number 00B. If anybody knows anything about SW card history, I know that the company has not been around for a long time. I think it got absorbed. Anyway, neat little deal here. We've got a card tap, and all it says on it is C40. It says 40 right here. It says the letter C40. Doesn't give me a diameter or anything. Let me get a measuring tool here real quick. Alrighty. Diameter, the OD on the shank is 142. The diameter of the fully formed thread is 144. Let's see. Got another here. This is a 1032 tap. This is also a card tap. And right here, this is another brand. This is a Vermont 1032, not in especially good shape, actually pretty poor shape. And then this little bitty tiny one here is a card, and it's a 4x48. And these are all 3 flute taps. Anyway, that's not why I bought it. This nice little piece here. I'm gonna clean up and get some of this varnish off of here. I'm not gonna, I mean, nothing too extreme, but I'll clean it up a little bit. And then there's this really cute box. Maybe it's the boxes I'm a sucker for. I don't know. Anyway, there we go. So, how much did I pay for it? $4.95. That's right, a $5. I figured the little box is worth a $5. All right, next on the list, I've got a wonderful surprise and package today from one Ryan Rasala. I think that's how you pronounce it. He is communicated with several people online. I think Adam and Tom, Ox Tools, and he sent me a couple of things here. Let me back it on out. He sent me a couple of things. First thing he sent here in this box were, and you're seeing this the same time I'm seeing it, so I have no idea what's in here. But it looks like good stuff. Oh. So let's see. A man-size center drill. What is that? Number 8? Number 10. Holy moly. Number 10 center drill. I don't think you're going to snap that one off. That'll work out great in the pacemaker, though. Let's see, a couple gauge pins. Again, ground pins. Super handy items. And this looks like some horizontal milling cutters. So this is a 5x1/2x1 National Twist Drill, in good shape, certainly usable. It's a straight cut, side cut on one side. Very usable. Thank you very much. Oh. It's a haul here of milling cutters. Very nice. This is staggered tooth. Haneda, which is an Israeli company. Very good tooling. It's high-speed steel, 5x5/8x1. 5/8 is the total width of cut, not the width of the individual teeth. So on a staggered tooth mill, 5/8 is this dimension right here, right? Not the individual tooth. This type of cutter here is fantastic for deep slotting, roughing. This is a great cutter. If you really have to maintain a really fine tolerance on a slot, then you don't want a staggered tooth cutter. You want one like this other cutter, which is a straight tooth cutter. This cutter, obviously the cutting forces will tend to push the cutter side to side ever so minutely in the cut, and it won't give you as fine a finish on the side of a slot or the bottom of a slot but it is easier cutting, and you can take a deeper depth of cut and a more aggressive feed with a cutter like this. But if you're cutting like keyways and you want a really fine fit, then this is the style, this single row style cutter is what you want. Little impromptu horizontal mill how-to there for all of you guys out there lusting after Kearney trekkers. And if Tom Lipton's watching, Tom, saw your video where you visit those young guys down there at Monkey Like Shiny, and I agree. I think that little Kearney trekker belongs in your shop. Here's a 5 by 3/8 by, that's a 1 1/4 arbor. And this is straight cut style. This is a very useful cutter. There's a lot of 3/8 inch keyways out there, and this is the machine for making them. These cutters are sharp too. And these cutters are, I'm glad they're packed in the paper. I'd be slicing myself up. And last but sharper than the others, because it just cut me through the paper. Alright. This is another Haneda. I believe it's the same size, 5 by 5/8 by 1. So this is a great size right here. And these cutters are in great shape. I mean, they're used cutters, but they are in really good shape. They're not showing any chipping of the corners or edges or the teeth. They've got a lot of life left in them. Can be resharpened many times. Thank you very much. This is quite a pleasant surprise, and I do appreciate it. And as nice as this is not the most impressive thing that he sent me, and I'm going to show you the most impressive thing that he sent me right now. I mean, the machining stuff is fantastic. I'm not complaining at all. That's wonderful. But I was really pleased and gifted to see one of his machining calendars. Oop, upside down. It's a 2015 machining calendar, and the quality of photography is really top notch. It's got a combination of black and white and color. He does a fine job. Some of the textures he's picking up here are really just really nice. Very well done. He's got to be really working his flash and his lighting to be picking up these chips in midair. Anyway, this is just really nice. I used to do a lot of photography work myself. I did a lot of photography in college to make extra money, and so I really appreciate the work here. The smoky shot here reminds me of a lot of my setups. Very nice, little jaw grinding. Anyway, some colorful chips. Just really a well done calendar. I'm gonna put this right over here by the desk and get a lot of use out of it. And there's that another one of this shot here. This looks like a fly cutter shot. Fantastic. You can see the chip. You can see the chip, the built up edge. You can see the chip building along the cut edge. It's almost like a how-to of how metal cutting happens, how chip making happens. So this is really just the highlight right here. And Anyway, Ryan also included a very nice note, and he says in the note, from the sounds of it, we both spend too much time on eBay. Amen, brother. That's all I got to tell you. I do spend too much time on eBay, and but I really appreciate the calendar. I'm going to put this in a very prominent location, and I really appreciate the tooling. All this is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Little Elvis there. Thank you very much. Okay, now everybody pause. I have a box. It's okay to be afraid, because this box comes from none other, the one, the only, Chuck Bomarito, outside screwball himself. And I'm a little nervous. I gotta be honest. Okay, we got a box. The box is from Chuck Bomarito. It was not delivered by Knuckles, thankfully. But before we open this box, we have to practice proper shop safety. Okay, we are ready to open the Bomarito package. Let me bring the camera in closer, put up the blast shield, and then we will begin dissection. All right, so no loud explosions. A very nice milling cutter. Nice little note here. Hello, James. Hope you can use this cutter. The only person I know that this tool has a chance of finding a large machine. Your buddy, Chuck. Chuck, thank you very much, my man. All kidding aside, I really enjoy Chuck Bomarito Outside Screwballs videos. If you're not checking out Chuck's videos, you need to be. Outside Screwball, look him up on the tube. This here is a very nice little cutter. Well, I call that a little, but it's a 1 1/4 shank, which is my favorite shank size. Looks like a fresh regrind, so it's sharp. It's about 1 3/8 diameter. It was probably a 1.5 at one time. It says 1.365 there. It was probably a 1.5 inch cutter at one time. It's got a fresh regrind on it, which is very nice, which means it'll be absolutely brutally sharp. Thank you very much, Chuck. I do appreciate it, and you can bet this little jewel will get put to some good use. Thank you very much. Alrighty, last but not least, by any means, I got a note and a package, viewer appreciation mail from Stan Zankowski, Bar Z Industrial and Development. You guys on YouTube probably know him as Shandon HKW, SHADON HKW. That's how you spell his channel name. Sent me some great stuff here. got a fractional chart and nice little sizes here. Fantastic. That means I can punch a hole in this baby and hang one of these or magnetize one of these to the side of various machines around the shop. That's great. Sent me a really nice note. Sent me some of his favorite anchor lube, which is great. I was really wanting to try this. I saw his video. He talked about the anchor lube. I went out and did a little digging. Was honestly just getting ready to order this exact bottle from McMaster-Carr. I wanted to give it a shot. And he sent me a bottle to try out. I really do appreciate that. It's great. It's a USDA approved water-based drilling and tapping and metalworking lubricant. So I'm really interested in trying this. He did a extensive video on using this in both band sawing and turning and milling. He had all sorts of examples cutting various materials, comparing this to I believe it was Rapid Tap, and did very well. And so go check that out on his video, Shandon HKW, and you can see the video he did, extensive review and test on the Anchor Lube G771. So thank you very much, Stan. I do appreciate it. He included a very nice note, and one of the things that he says in the note, which I'll share with you, which I really appreciate, he says, my demeanor reflects the Southern social graces I've come to love over the years. My mother was from Greenwood, Mississippi, good Delta lady there, I'm sure, and I was raised on the east side of the Pontchartrain, about an hour from New Orleans. I'm from New Orleans originally, and I currently live in Mississippi, so we have a similar background. Coming to California when I was very young was culture shock, to say the least. But his Southern upbringing has served him well over the years. There's no doubt about that. And last, and certainly not least, Stan sent me two of his well-known and extremely well-made squares. The guy is really just getting his act together here. That's just fantastic. It's got a nice little stamp symbol there, Bar Z, for Bar Z Industrial Development, his company. And these are just really, really well made. That's just a very nice little 4590 square with the nice little edge for using in the Vee Jaws. So Stan, thank you very much. These will be put to good use for many years. I'm sure they will outlast me, and will get passed along, when the time comes, Stan. So thank you very much. That's Stan Zinkowski from Bar Z Industrial Development. His website, well, if you Google up Bar Z, and Stan does all sorts of really, really interesting work. He has stuff on there where he's done paint booth work, and interestingly enough, I did some paint booth work, electrical lighting and that type of thing. So let's get the camera rearranged here. So there we go for the viewer mail, and just fantastic, great stuff. One of the things that Stan said, that his Southern upbringing has served him well over the years. Good manners never go out of style. Just to keep you up to date on what's going on, I'm still waiting to get a quote on my truck repair, so that's not gone anywhere. The box of tooling going to the closest estimate for repair is right here, waiting to be sent out. There was a right before the incident happened with my truck. There was some hail storm came through some of the locales around here, so there's quite a backlog to get into a body shop with all of the hail damage, you know, those car commercials. It's crazy. So that's still going on, and need to get back on the pacemaker big time. People have been asking about that. I apologize, it's been slammed. Need to get back on the power feed project for the Herco. Again, just been beat down, haven't had time. What we're going to do now is we're going to drill some pins. So this here is the original. Pretty nasty and pitted, as you can see. And this is one of the new pins. So this is some hard stuff. I've got a center drilled in here, and I've got a nice chamfer on the leading edge, and now it needs to be cross drilled for what looks like probably a 5/8 retention bolt. So we're going to use the Vee Jaws in kind of a non-traditional manner. So I'm going to take the camera over to the Kearney Trucker and show you what I'm talking about. Alrighty, what you're seeing here, my 6-inch jaws, the ones that we did on the recently finished video series. Got a pin in the jaw, got a depth stop set here on the back, and then if you remember, I had some 2 holes drilled in the face of this jaw. Now what I've got is I've got some bolts in there. Let me move the camera around, see if you can see it. See that bolt up in there? So I've got 2 bolts that space the jaws out from each other, and what that does, it allows me to clamp them with this big can't twist clamp right here, and then put the whole assembly in the 8-inch vise on the Kearney Trucker, so I can utilize the power feed to drill this hole without having to I didn't make these jaws obviously to fit this size vise, but those little stop bolts allow me to clamp this assembly together, and you don't have to worry about the jaws canning or coming up with a spacer or something like that. So this is kind of handy. When you're ready to change your part out, all you do is loosen this clamp, and your part comes right out. And put your new part in, and you know, fire in the hole and do your next one. So let's get set up to drill these babies out. Alright, here we are, we're set up. We got a part in the vise jaws that are in the vise. We got our clamps in place, and we're just going to blow on through here. Get some cutting, try out some of this new anchor lube, and we're going to give this a run through here. Alrighty, here we go. Our pins are drilled. I have to say the Anchor Lube did an exceptional job. The work pieces came out of the machine after a long, fairly long, a 2-minute cut, drilling a 35/64 hole straight up through some really tough material. This is like 1080, 1090 chrome plated rod, so it is tough material, and no warmth perceptible in the workpiece at all. And I can't tell by grabbing it that it's got any heat in it at all. These are the bolts I was telling you about right here, that when the rod is in here, they space the bottom of the chuck out so that you can clamp this whole enterprise and this stays parallel. I mean, as parallel as it needs to. For the purposes, you can just, you know, take your rule and kind of measure around, make sure that you get the make sure that you get everything in there straight. So there we go. That's a wrap on this video. Not a long one, but we got a little machine content. We had viewer mail, other things like that. Question for the week. Let's say question I'd like to have answered is, what's the ideal length for you for videos? How long is too long? Do you like multi-part? Do you like fewer segments but longer segments? Just a little, give me a little. You guys are a vocal feedback group, so let's have it. Be back with you soon on one of the various projects. So you guys be safe in the shop.